Hello guys and girls and ladies and gentlemen. Well, I've got a smile on my face and I've got four walls around me. Got the sun in the sky, all the water surround me. Oh no, yeah, I win now, but sometimes I lose. Yes, I'm battered, but I'm never bruised, not so bad. And I see, hey, hey, it's just an ordinary day. It's only your state of mind. At the end of the day, you just got to say it's alright. Alright, it's alright. Corner keeps her from crying. Oh, let them say what they want, she won't stop trying. Oh no, yeah, she'll stumble if they push her around. Yeah, she'll fall, but she'll never lie down. It's not so bad. And I see, hey, it's just an ordinary day. It's only your state of mind. At the end of the day, you just got to say it's alright. Alright, it's alright. It's alright. Hey! There's always some sorrow. Ooh. And it's a double-edged knife, but there's always tomorrow. Oh no, it's up to you now if you sink or swim. Just keep your faith that your ship will come in. It's not so bad. And I say, hey, hey, it's just an ordinary day. It's only your state of mind. At the end of the day, you just got to say, I say, hey, 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 it's just an ordinary day. It's only your state of mind. At the end of the day, you just got to say it's alright. It's alright. I've got a smile on my face and I have got four walls around me. We're gonna have a great show tonight. It's all about enhancement ideas. Stick around.
Hi, I'm David Fraser, founder of Bunkie Life. We're in the building industry, but what we're famous for are small log cabins called bunkies that can be easily built in a weekend without a permit or a second mortgage. Ultimately, we help our clients create extra space for more meaningful connection. Yes, we help our clients get a cool bunkie. But if you think it's just about the bunkie, you've already missed the point. Really what this is about is creating the space and time for more meaningful connection, and having a bunkie is just part of that journey. It's not just about the space, it's about what happens in the space, how it enables more connection. It allows you to spend that quality time with family and friends. It allows you to be there for each other in both senses of the phrase.
We are the market leaders in educational videos and content as we pioneer this growing industry. Our goal is to be the go-to source for fun, friendly, and helpful advice for families, whether they buy from us or not. Our core offering is an easy-to-build or built-for-you bunkie kit that helps our clients create extra space for more meaningful connection. We're proudly Canadian-made right here in Ontario.
The bunkie is often the difference between that friend or family member coming or not, being there for each other or not. The reason we do this is because we believe family comes first, and when it comes to being there for each other, there are no do-overs. That's one of the reasons we've decided to partner with Ronald McDonald House Charities of Canada in their goal of keeping families close. Because ultimately, we want to bring about a world where families everywhere have a place to unite, unwind, and unplug. I get up every morning excited to help families create extra space for meaningful connection. Thanks for listening, and can't wait to hear from you.
All right, so it's gonna be a great night. It's mostly about other companies tonight. It's not about Bunkie Life really at all. It's about other cool products and services we found. We do Bunkies really well. The other things, not so much. So that's why we need friends and partners along the way to kind of help complete that bigger Bunkie Life picture. So tonight's agenda, we're going to be talking about, I'll talk a little bit about the Epic Winter Sale. I'll explain that. We'll go right into the presentation. There's lots of helpful videos and things like that. And I would say what you're going to get tonight is like the sampler pack. It's like when you go to the pub and they give you a little sample of each piece of food or each drink or whatever. It's not going to be the full course meal that's going to dive deep into each one of these companies. Each of these companies has their own amazing story. They're all Canadian-made companies and products and services. So they all have their own deep story, just like Bunkie Life. And a lot of these people I've interviewed, I've known for a while. So if you want to do the deep dive, there'll be some kind of, learn more, check this video out kind of things. So it's more like a sampler pack, if that makes sense. And I want to tell you a little bit about the remainder of the contest. So this Sunday, I'll be talking about the inspiration behind Bunkie Life. It's kind of our family story tied up with our vision of the future. So we've told the story many times before, but there's going to be a new twist on it for those of you who have been in a previous contest. This will be absolutely brand new. And then, of course, on Thursday, so a week from today, we're going to make some top secret announcements. You got to tune in for that one. It's going to be awesome. And then, of course, we're wrapping it up on Sunday the 29th. We'll be announcing the winner then. And that's when our Epic Winter Sale kicks on. So in case you're wondering, it's our biggest sale of the year. It's going to be, the get ahead of the spring rush and save yourself a bundle of money. And also this particular year, I have a request for everyone. And that request is that you please, if you're serious about getting a Bunkie this year, don't wait until the last day of the sale. The sale is going to end February 6th. And being the great Canadian people we all are, a lot of people wait till the last minute. But I'm going to encourage you not to do that. And I have an incentive not to do that. So if you go to bunkielife.com/pre-sale, there is a little thing you can fill out and you can get yourself in the pre-sale line. And I'll personally call you if I can tomorrow or Saturday. You'll get ahead of the curve in terms of knowing what the sale is. And there's a little perk, a little bonus. It's a very hush-hush, but that's the incentive. So if you want to get in, if you're serious, only if you're serious. If you're just kind of, not serious, don't do it. But if you're serious about learning more and getting, a Bunkie in your life, then that's where you go. All right. That's all I will pitch tonight. And we're going to talk about Bunkie Boost, the enhancement ideas. So let's do it. And it's not October 23rd. What am I talking about? I got to edit that. It is actually January 17th. All right. Okay. Let's do this. So this is Bunkie Boost. So there's finishing touches, all the additional items, all the things you need to have the best Bunkie on the block. And we'll start with the core thing. So when you get a Bunkie Life Bunkie, it's going to come untreated. It's going to look like just a piece of bare wood, which is what it is. And it's up to you to stain it in your color of choice. So we've been we've been, fans of Sanson since I think year one at Bunkie Life. I don't get paid anything to pitch their stuff, but I just think it's really good quality stuff. They've graciously decided to participate in this contest with us. They're giving away 3 cans of their SDF stain. And so they're a Canadian company. Everything they make is water-based, which means it's really easy to clean up afterwards. I've stained probably 20 Bunkies with Sanson stain, and I'm a fan. And it's made to penetrate and protect wood. It's a wood Canadian product made for Canadian wood. So I think it's Midnight Galaxy is what I did. That's the Haven at our factory there. But you can see a little bit to the left of that, there's another set of Sanson kind of red cedar kind of look on our little sauna there. So that's Sanson, guys. Big fan. And if you want to find out more about Sanson, just go to sanson.com and you can find dealers in your area. I think they're coast to coast now. And I think I've heard rumors they're even going into the US just like us. So that is a must-have. Next, I want to talk about your metal roof. It's super key to get a great metal roof, and Havelock Metal from Havelock, Ontario, makes a great set of roof profiles, and they also do siding. So they've been in business for 30 years. fully Canadian, real people answer the phone when you call them, which is very important to me. They can do bunkies, of course, but they also do cottages and homes. And if you call up Havelock Metal, talk to Pete, I would say. Pete Simon is a great guy. And if you just say, hey, I'm buying this bunkie, he's going to know exactly what you need. He's going to hook you up with the pieces you need cut exactly perfectly, and he'll drop it off right at your cottage. So, yeah, I would highly recommend Havelock Metal. And here's a little interview when Pete dropped by the factory just a month or two ago. Hey, everybody. It's David here from Bunkie Life. I'm with Peter from Havelock Metal. He came all the way to see us at the factory here. And I've been a firm believer in metal roofing really since we started Bunkie Life, because my motto has always been do it right, do it once.
Right, absolutely.
Right? And that's the way that metal roofs should last a lifetime, just like a bunkie will, if you keep good care of the metal roof and the bunkie. So I was wondering if you could kind of, just being the expert, you've been with Havelock for a while, you've sold millions and millions of roofs to Bunkie Life owners.
Yes.
So tell us about, how, if, let's say I got a bunkie, it's coming in May or something, how do I look out for a quality metal roof?
Yeah, you definitely want to pick the right supplier, basically. And not all metals created equal. Quality of the steel itself is a big factor. The paint finishing, thickness of the steel is a big consideration when you're deciding these things.
So how tell us about thickness. Like, how does it measure?
Yeah,
how do we look out for thickness?
Like wire, it's based on thickness, is based on your number. So the lower the number, the thicker the gauge. So 29 gauge, 28 is pretty standard in the industry. Some steel comes 26 or thicker. 29 is more than sufficient for the Ontario region for sure. Outside that, or if you're in a heavy snow population or a snow area, you may have to go to thicker gauges to make sure you have that kind of coverage that you need. We at Havelock Metal have both available in all of our profiles, essentially. The key factor here is trims.
Okay.
You're bending the metal.
Trims, what are you talking about here?
Yeah, so referring to ridge caps at the very top of the actual peak. You're looking at the sides, the gable, and the eave starter.
Okay.
And basically you're sealing the edges of the roof line itself to make sure water doesn't get underneath the steel.
We're talking about like this guy right here.
You got it. That's the eave starter for us.
Okay.
So at Havelock Metal, we make sure that that's bent to fit the picture roof for easy installation. A rookie can do it essentially, which is important. What that does for us though is we put it in 26 gauge material, thicker than our regular steel for the roof line at 29.
Okay.
As we bend the metal pretty severely to make that, we want to make sure the paint finish holds and lasts. It doesn't have cracks or variations in it, where then the metal's going to fail eventually. This won't do that.
Okay.
Not everybody does the same thing. They'll use different materials for it, and you have to really make sure you know what you're buying. Not all metals created equal. That's a standard term that we would use in the industry. For sure.
Okay. Because I do know there is a bit of a range of pricing between the same bunkie, right? I noticed there's kind of a couple $100 difference sometimes between guy A and guy B.
Yep.
Right. And is that mostly because they're just using cheaper metal and thinner metal and maybe just cheaper paint?
I would suggest it may not be the same quality as what we're offering, or some like us may, but what the difference probably is in their trim packaging.
Okay.
They're not using the better quality steel for the parts that are most important, and that's to seal the edges in.
Okay.
The steel itself, technically would not leak almost ever. However, the edges where they're meeting the ridge or meeting the edges, you got to make sure that it's sealed properly.
Yep.
And the better quality of metal will do a better job doing that. And that's probably the biggest difference in and of itself.
Okay.
Is the quality of steel isn't the same, especially for the trim pieces themselves.
Okay. So let's say I'm convinced, hey, they got a quality stuff. I want to go with Havelock. Do I have to go physically to the location to pick it up, or how do I get it?
Yeah, no, we're all over Ontario. So basically through our website, there's a link, I think, to Bunkie Life for that. We're havelockmetal.com. You come through us, you can call in. We're located just outside of Peterborough, Ontario is where we are. We deliver all over Ontario, right to your door, whether it be in the Muskokas, whether it be in Windsor, all the way to Cornwall. No limit where we'll go. Currently not outside our province, although we can sell steel that way. But then the delivery piece is a little more with us working with the client to get it to where they want to go.
Okay.
When you call into Havelock Metal, when we're open during our hours of operation, you always get live body on the phone, which is really, really rare this day and age. You don't find that. Our product specialists are there to help you with the material information, how to install it, how to put it on, problems, questions, all online. We have full application services through video, just like you guys have here, how to put the steel on. And it's just a full one-stop shop service-wise for installation and production.
And it's manufactured right here in Ontario, which is pretty important as well.
Yeah, it's amazing, yeah.
Okay, so tell us about the profile here. This is the Hideaway Bunkie behind us. What's
Yeah,
this?
that's called the Delta Profile.
Okay.
Delta Profile itself has a bit of a square rib on the top you may see. The nature of that profile, it comes with 26 gauge steel, which is thicker than normal, but it works great in a roof application or siding. And then the one to the right over here, you can see out there, is our most popular, called our Majestic line. The Majestic line, the sheets themselves are 29 gauge material, and then all the trims themselves are 26 as well. Quality, we probably sell 85% of our roofs are in the Majestic profile.
Okay.
Simple to put on, easy to use, and high quality material.
Okay, great. So with in terms of Bunkie Life clients, we've put together basically a package for each Bunkie. So there's a little kind of PDF sheet. They can print it out, they can email it in or call it in, and then they're going to get basically the roof for their kit dropped off at their house or their cottage, right?
That's exactly right, yeah. So
Okay.
you would just email to us with an online option, or you can call in, provide us the Bunkie SKU that you've purchased, and we have a list already made for them based on what the actual specs are. So there's no questions asked, just pick your color, and then we find out where you do.
What colors do you have?
Oh man, we have 24 different colors.
Okay.
As far as standard, we have some premium colors, like a textured version of them, all the way to ones that look like actual barn board wood if you want to fit different sidings and things. So
Cool.
it really is endless options here.
Awesome, Peter. Was there anything else you want to kind of impart on the Bunkie Life community while we're chatting with us?
Oh, we've had a lot of great feedback dealing with you guys directly, and the relationship that we're building together, and people have a really good experience, I think, dealing with us in reference to what they're looking to buy here.
Yep, I can attest to that personally. Yep.
Yeah, well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, and you guys specify quality of service, and that's what our biggest feature is too. So I think it's a good relationship, and your clients should be quite happy dealing with our seal.
Okay, awesome. Well, thanks so much for your time, Peter.
Thanks, Dave. Appreciate
Okay,
it.
cheers.
Thank you.
All right, so people had some good questions on the chat while that video was playing. So the prize for the grand prize, the contest, it does include the Majestic profile, which is the black one Pete just showed us. And so that's included in the prize. However, when you buy a kit, there's so many options of roofs that we don't want to decide for you, like color and if you want to do shingles or metal, whatever. I do recommend a metal roof, and I do recommend Havelock Metal. We don't get paid anything to promote them, but we do believe in their company and their vision. And so that's why we recommend Havelock. But in general, the three things that aren't included are the stain, the foundation, and the metal roof or the finish on your roof. Does that make sense? Okay. And then people were saying, can you ship it to Bunkie Life and then ship the metal right? Let's ship it all as one package. It's actually easier if Havelock ships it right directly to you. That's been our experience. Now, speaking of that, let's talk about our next partner, which is Haven Sleep Co. Love these guys. Also made in Canada. And the cool thing is, so what I learned this past, I don't know exactly when, this past couple of months, is there's a difference between made in Canada and then a product of Canada. So you can say made in Canada if 50% or more of your materials come from Canada. Or I guess 50% more of your labor and your materials come together. You can be known as a product of Canada if it's 95% or more, I believe. So something like a Bunkie Life Bunkie, that is actually a product of Canada. It means like all the wood's from Canada, all the labor's in Canada, all the glass comes from Canada. Pretty much with the Bunkie Life Bunkie, the only thing that doesn't, I think, come from Canada is the window handle. Even the door handle comes from Canada. And if you're a window handle manufacturer from Canada, look me up, because I'd love to get 100%. But yeah, so there's a big difference between a product of Canada and a made in Canada. So with Haven, a lot of their mattresses are completely a product of Canada, and then the other ones are like 90%. So basically a product of Canada as well. And this is their story.
My name is Scott Amos. I'm president and CEO of Haven Sleep Co. True confessions, my family's been in the mattress business for a long time, and I have always slept super well because I've always had insider access to the very best of beds. So somewhere in there was, gee, I'm fortunate enough to know somebody in the mattress business that can be a massive shortcut and a great savings. Wouldn't that be cool if we could build a business that everybody could know somebody in the mattress business? And I think that's where Haven got its genesis from. When we sat down to design the original Haven and subsequent family of Havens that came from it, I just said, I never want to apologize for this bed. So if there's a technology that exists and it can be incorporated, we're already coming to the market with exceptional savings due to our direct-to-consumer model. So let's pack this bed.
Sorry, I'm not playing this video. I'm the worst. Sorry, guys. I'm going to go back and play it again like a non-idiot. Sorry. Sorry, guys. You can tell it's live because it's not good. Hold on, let's do this again. You're watching my face and I was probably picking my nose. Okay, awesome. Awesome news. Okay, let's do this with the correct audio.
My name is Scott Amos. I'm president and CEO of Haven Sleep Co. True confessions, my family's been in the mattress business for a long time, and I have always slept super well because I've always had insider access to the very best of beds. So somewhere in there was, gee, I'm fortunate enough to know somebody in the mattress business that can be a massive shortcut and a great savings. Wouldn't that be cool if we could build a business that everybody could know somebody in the mattress business? And I think that's where Haven got its genesis from. When we sat down to design the original Haven and subsequent family of Havens that came from it, I just said, I never want to apologize for this bed. So if there's a technology that exists and it can be incorporated, we're already coming to the market with exceptional savings due to our direct-to-consumer model. So let's pack this bed with technology that everyone is stepping over or going around because they're chasing the lowest price you could ask. So Haven's an online store, and we specialize in sleep. Our core products for sure are the Haven family of mattresses. And in addition to that, a great curated list of the very best sleep products that allows customers the convenience to come to one store, one-stop shop, and get all of their sleep needs looked after. So Haven customers really get a specialized treatment. They get the ability to have a custom-made mattress at a normal store price. The brick and mortar stores had existed for so long, and for a lot of reasons, customers just weren't going back to the brick and mortar experience. And the feedback that we got from customers were, they went and spent thousands of dollars in a store and they weren't really getting satisfaction in what they were buying. Trying to determine how your body is going to react laying down for 10 minutes, we knew was just wrought for complications. We found a better solution. Let's talk to the customer about their sleep needs. Let's help them select a customized bed. We'll build it for them and we'll give them 100 nights. And in that 100 nights, everybody gets a day they overexerted, or a day they went to the gym, or a really stressful day at work, or the kids were just, That's when your body gets a chance to tell you, hey, thumbs up, we got this bed just right. So making an investment in better sleep shouldn't be a challenge, and we really want to make it easier on our customers. We have a great team of sleep geeks at 844-MY-HAVEN. Give them a call and tell them your story. They love talking to customers and helping them make the perfect decision on how to get the very most out of the sleeping hours that you've got.
So that's Haven, guys. And if you want to learn more, I interviewed Scott about 6 months ago. So we had a really great interview, the best bed for a bunkie. And the cool thing about the Haven stuff is it ships directly to your cottage. They can go anywhere in Canada, which is really, really interesting. And so you can ship it right to you. You can blow it up just like they showed in the video there. And then you've got a queen, a king, a single, whatever you're looking for. They've got the whole thing. And I'm a huge fan. So that's Haven. And of course, if you have a Haven mattress, you're gonna need something to put it on. So that's when my friend Carl comes in. This is a company called, one thing I should mention about Haven is they were also on Dragon's Den this past season. And also Carl, who's the inventive genius behind Quagga Designs, he was on Dragon's Den as well. I don't think his episode actually aired, but he was filmed around the same time we did. So fantastic guy. They're also a family business since 2003. They're Ontario based, but they ship across North America. It's all about the simplicity and beauty of their product, and I'll explain that in the video. Bed frame takes 5 minutes to set up, can be easily expanded or contracted to be a king or a queen. It's made from mahogany. So they just upgraded it to mahogany. In the video, I talk about how it's made from Quebec birch, but in their latest iteration, it's made from mahogany, which is really awesome. No squeaking, which is sometimes helpful. And their $500 queen to king bed, it's going to be $625, and they're going to be offering it to Bunkie Life clients for $500. So stay tuned for kind of the offers and stuff, but that's the idea. And let me share my video with Carl. Okay, all right. Hey everybody, it's David here from Bunkie Life, and I'm here with Carl from Quagga Designs. He's got just an amazing solution for people that have a loft bunkie or even our ground floor bunkie. We're currently in the Haven right now, which is our tallest, best bunkie, and the question is always, what am I going to put underneath my mattress so it's not too high, right? So I'm not bumping it in the ceiling.
Yep.
But I think this is the greatest solution. So Carl, tell us a little bit of the company. Where do you make this stuff? And then let's actually see the product.
Yeah, so we make the stuff in Dundalk, Ontario, so about 50 minutes from Bunkie Life here. Low platform beds, but pretty unique. So the No Fuss Plus bed that we have upstairs right now here, I think we're going to go upstairs in a minute, expands. So from single to double or from queen to king size.
Yeah, and I've got a queen mattress up there right now.
Mattress up there.
But Carl's going to show us how it just as easily could have been a king.
Yeah.
And
it has no hardware, made out of birch, Quebec birch.
Yeah, show us the product itself, like just the
so
actual wood.
These
really
are the
nice.
slats. These are the slats right here, and you can see they have dowels in here. We don't have them in here. We have them upstairs on the base. But you can see the quality is pretty good. Quebec material. Quebec is known for birch, for maple, so really good product. Inch thick, so it's pretty durable, and it will last for a long time. But
you guys ship all across Canada right now,
all
right?
across Canada,
In America as well.
America as well.
Okay, awesome. Well, let's see the product. So let's go up the ladder here,
Okay.
and you go up the cross. So we're once again we're our Haven Bunkie with loft, and prior to this, I just had the queen mattress right on the floor, which is not the most comfortable, and we've got a really awesome solution here. So
And it completely fits. Yeah. Okay. So we got a No Fuss Plus bed up here, king size bed, and right here. I'm going to show you. These are the slats right here. These are the bases, and there's no hardware. There's absolutely no hardware in this bed. So there's no metal parts at all. It's completely clean.
Oh, that's amazing.
Completely clean bed. So you got the two bases, and you can see the seam over there. What they do is they slide back and forth. If you want to, right now it's a queen size bed. If you want to make it into a king size bed, you just slide it out.
Yeah, and add these extra slats, right?
And 4 extra slats,
Okay.
and then you are set for king size bed. You can also use it for some of the European sizes. We've done that in the past as well, and that's all it is. The setup, 5 minutes max. So unpacking, unboxing will take a little bit longer, but setting it up, 5 minutes.
So no Allen keys.
No Allen keys, no metal
No
parts.
hammering,
no
no
hammering,
screwing.
no screwing.
And it's all made out of wood.
That's right.
And what I love about this, for it's a really low profile, you can see it's still almost on the ground, but we've got some space for storage underneath there, which is huge for a loft like this Bunkie, right?
Exactly. So you can store sheets down there. You got 8 inches to store.
Yep.
So you can have the plastic boxes, storage boxes that you buy at the retailers, and you can just store whatever you want to do. And if you need the 4 slats, just put them underneath. If you don't need them, put them underneath the bed. If you want to expand to the king size, no problem at all.
And the king size does fit up here in the Haven. You can see how nicely that queen just really works in here with this particular platform. I like how the birch just kind of complements the natural wood tones of the Bunkie. That's the natural look of the Bunkie walls and ceiling there. Yeah. And tell us, like, if I want to get it, how do I get one?
Okay, so you just go online, either go to Bunkie Live on their website, just order, and we will ship it within 3 to 5 days.
Will you go right to my cottage?
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Exactly. Wow. Okay. Drop ship it right anywhere in Canada. It doesn't matter where it is in Canada. We drop ship everywhere. So when you order 3 to 5 days, and shipping is about another 3 to 5 days, so 10 days, 8 to 10 days, you have your bed. Brilliant. And that's basically it. So yeah, but anyone in Canada, and it's included in the price. Shipping is included in the price.
Now, so you guys sell the frames. Yes. And is there any plans to eventually, have other models? Like this is the plus bed, right?
Yes, that's right. It's a No Fuss Plus bed. Yep. So that's expandable one. So we have the tic-tac-toe bed, not expandable, no metal parts as well. Setup time is again 5 to 7 minutes, something like that. And then we also have an accordion bed. We don't have it on our website right now, but you check out Bunkie Life again. They'll have it shortly as well, come January, February. Because of the lumber supply issues that we have right now, we don't have it right now in stock.
Awesome.
I don't know.
Is there anything else we should know about this, about the ordering process, or just, it's so easy to set up. It fits just perfectly profile-wise. Can I stain it if I want to stain it? Say a different color I want to do?
That's right. Yeah, so you can paint it, you can stain it. It's unfinished, so you can do whatever you like to. Gel stain, we prefer gel stains. Just reach out, and if you have a question in regards to stain, just reach out to us. We'll give you advice on what stain is good. As I said, we like gel stain. Any water-based lacquer is fine as well. We want to make sure that this bed is clean, so there's no formaldehyde. There's 0 formaldehyde. We use a water-based glue. And also reach out if you need more information on that. If you've got just arthritis or something like that, if you're concerned for your health, please reach out and we can give you all the information that you need in terms of, but our beds are clean.
Okay, wonderful. What's the best way to get in touch with you guys to make an order if we wanted to buy one right away?
So if you want to buy them right away, go on our website or go on Bunkie Life's website and just reach out. Let us know where you saw it. That's always nice to know as well. And we'll reply right away. And as I said, it's in about 8 to 10 days you'll have your bed.
Awesome. Well, wonderful Canadian products, a wonderful Canadian company. Check out the Quagga Designs No Fuss Plus, which is this one right here. This is the queen version, but it's very easily expandable into a king. And we'll talk to you again real soon.
All right, thanks a lot.
All right,
thank you so much.
Okay, cheers.
Awesome.
So we may have been a little aggressive about getting Quagga Design stuff on our website. We have a link to their website on our website, but you probably just want to go to Quagga Design. So I'll share that link again. So Quagga, Quagga, quaggadesigns.com. And that's how you find out more about Carl's stuff. And I really like their stuff. Okay, let's continue to move on in this wonderful presentation. So, there's functions like decor, furniture, additional windows, solar panel, internet, heating, compost. We're going to get into all that. What you'll notice on our website and our Facebook page and even our Facebook groups is that there's an unlimited amount of creativity coming out of the Bunkie Life community. So a lot of these things I'm going to show you are the product of just amazing Bunkie Life clients putting different pieces together. So let's it's ultimately going to be as creative as you are. The entire wall of a Bunkie Life bunkie can support paintings, furniture, shelves, a Murphy bed. They're really strong walls, and so you can put some serious weight on those walls if you have something that requires it. So a lot of people ask, do you have to stain the inside or whitewash it? You don't have to really. If you like the look of that whitewash or even just a clear coat, you can do that, but you don't need necessarily to stain the inside. Now, what about additional windows? A lot of people want to know, can I add a window? Because we make all our stuff at our factory in Rockwood, absolutely you can. You can get the window in your order. We'll ship it with your bunkie. Or if after you build your bunkie, you're like, I kind of wish there was a window here, you can always add one later. And I'll show a quick little video of me doing a quick Bunkie Life window install. Hi everybody, it's David from Bunkie Life. We're going to talk about how to retrofit a Bunkie Life window into a Bunkie Life cabin or a bunkie or, in this case, our 2019 loft. Really simple, really easy. In terms of tools, you need a measuring tape and some with a pencil or a pen just to mark what you're doing. A drill is going to be nice to have. And a hole saw. That's pretty much it. I think I do the hole saw here because okay, so that's side one. It'll be same as side two. No, something close to the end. Okay, you got my fire. Okay, now got me the remaining things up here. Stop. Here. Squeeze it down the side. Okay. There. It's okay, if I do that's here, I'll be on this way, that's going to use it. I'll test it out. Put it out, push it in, push it in. Okay, thanks, Jay. Anyway. How's that much noise? Is it too okay? Okay, this is okay, so I find this is just, you want to hold over a root trim. That's it. Basically, so much. But not the pin to the whole stuff. Okay, we're going to take go next. Let's go. Then let's go to the range and it's actually go. Pretty much it. That's what you got. No, so walking out with the pin on the one time. Okay. You guys are really putting this and close that. We're going to open. We're close. All right, we're good to go. Let's sweep up and we're good to go. That is actually how fast I work. That's a true story. All right, so that's how to add a window, super easy. If people are asking, do windows come with screens? And the answer is all our new models, the Rockwood, the Hideaway, the Chalet, the Haven with Loft, they all come with screens pre-installed. And if they're the older models, they don't, but they can be easily installed. So, the coolest thing about decor is functional and unique, and that's kind of what a lot of our clients are known for. So things like this cool little
hanger. I don't know where a client found it, but it's just like a great example of like a cool way that people utilize their small little space. A lot of people ask about solar panels. A lot of people will add solar panels. I actually had, so the red roof there on the top right, that's actually my bunkie in Aaron there. And that little solar panel charges this little tiny battery, and I can run basically unlimited amount of cell phones, laptops, lights. It's got a light built into it. It's a great little kit. So we've got a couple different companies that we work with for solar panels and solar kits. So if you're interested in that, if you're a client, we can send you that list of people as well. A friend of mine also owns Uplink, which helps beam Wi-Fi to your bunkie, which can sometimes, if you're far away from the house or the cottage, can be a real asset. So that's internet. And of course, heating. There's lots of options. We got the wood option, we got propane, we got electric. I have not yet personally experienced propane, but I know a lot of clients are raving about Martin propane heaters. And I actually, most of my bunkies have an electric, Canadian Tire special. But definitely the cubic mini wood stoves, which I'll show you here, are absolutely on fire. So this is a great company. They ship all across Canada and the US, even parts of Europe. The Grizzly wood stove, which is pictured right here, is about 1 foot by 1 foot by 1 foot to give it proportionality. So those little tools are like tiny little tools. But don't let the tininess deceive you. The cubic mini wood stove will absolutely heat up a bunkie, no problem. If you've seen the Can I Live in My Bunkie winter edition on YouTube, Dan, who lives in his bunkie full time, he has the cubic mini wood stove Grizzly and he just loves it. Everything that I'm showing you for the most part, like the cubic mini wood stove is included in the prize, but they also included something even cooler in the prize this year. So this is something that Dan told me about. He said it was a game changer. This is the cubic mini wood stove roaster. So it goes on top of your cubic mini wood stove, and you can roast anything. You can roast an actual roast. You can do cakes. You can do cookies. You can do eggs. It's super versatile. And the cubic mini wood stoves come with everything. They got great instructions, everything you need to install it. We also have if you're a client, we have a 5% discount for Bunkie Life clients. And Dan says that this mini roaster has absolutely changed the game for his tiny house, living in his bunkie scenario. So, and I asked him if I could quote him on that. He said, game changer. Someone asked what was the name of the company for the internet. Check out Uplink, UPLYNK. They also do Starlink installs too, so they're a great company. So that's the cubic mini wood stove and the roaster, both included in the grand prize this time around. If you want to learn more about cubic mini wood stove, I interviewed Andrew probably a couple years ago now, it's been a great relationship. A lot of the clients absolutely rave about their cubic mini wood stove. One of the downsides I want to be straightforward about is they don't have the ability to have it EPA or whatever the certification is in Canada. So if you do a cubic mini wood stove, it won't be certified, which might affect your insurance. So just watch out for that. But it's a great product. It's a safe product. Everyone who's bought one loves it. And I know they are working very rigorously to get their stuff certified, whatever government hoop they got to jump through. They're trying to jump through it. So the plan is to get that done soon. And there's other options out there in the wood stove space. Some of them are certified. So yeah. But the cool thing about cubic mini wood stove, made in Quebec, really, really, really good product. Okay, so that's cubic mini wood stoves. Now another aspect is cooling. So a lot of times people don't need air conditioning in their bunkie. A little fan will do it. But let me tell you about something called a ductless heat pump or ductless air conditioner. So this is like a little outdoor kind of fan compressor unit, and then it connects to a little head there. You can see it on the right, so it heats in the winter and it cools in the summer. Incredibly, incredibly efficient. And I have a good friend, Wes from Tradecraft Heating and Cooling. He has volunteered his time just to be as a kind of an expert to the Bunkie Life community, so you can ask him questions. I interviewed him last year as well, or maybe 2 years ago. And so that's included in the package is this, it's actually a Train, which is one of the best heat pumps out there. And so this is a kind of an example of, I don't know if it's actually, that's not Wes, but one of his guys installing a heat pump there. And so, there's heat pumps out there you can DIY, but I'd say go with a professional. And this particular one is just, it's going to absolutely rock your bunkie. So Wes has generously donated a Train mini split system. So he said if you run it every day, it only costs you about $50 a month, which is insane. And so it would, it'll also cool and heat. So it's quite a versatile machine. So if you want to learn more about Wes and his business Tradecraft, I interviewed him 6 months ago roughly. And if you just type in like Wes Tradecraft interview how to heat and cool a bunkie, you will find my interview with Wes. It's pretty in depth. He's an expert, and it was a great interview. Now, another bonus prize to the contest that came in a little towards the end. You may not have heard of them. They're called Fetis Fabrications. And what they do is they make custom metal fabrications. So let's pretend this is your house and you want to do a fire pit. Maybe you could have it say your family name. Maybe you could have something that's meaningful, a symbol, a logo, your family icon, whatever it is, the crest. And they can do that type of thing really efficiently. They're not that expensive, but they personalize and they ship all across Canada. And what I love about Fetis Fabrications, it's a family business. They have 4 kids. Their life's insane too. So I can absolutely relate, and a really great family. And, they're known for great customer service and quality products. So if you want to find more about them, I interviewed Ryan a while ago as well. And you can also use the code BunkieLife, get 20% off your order with Fetis, and they ship across Canada. Now, a lot of people are asking about a bathroom. What do I do for a bathroom? So BunkieLife actually sells a little bathroom bunkie. It's a 6x6 little shed, basically, but it's great as a little outhouse. You can actually fit a little composting toilet, shower, and a little sink if you want. It's got enough space. It's 36 square feet inside. Great space to do your business. And it complements your bunkie because it's going to look exactly like your bunkie, just a micro bathroomy version. And then in terms of composting toilets, there's a lot of great ones out there. So the reason a lot of people are going with composting toilets is because then you don't need to redo your septic bed. If it's a self-contained composting toilet, you can kind of do the whole job there. So we've used Sunmar in the past. There's also Nature's Head. And there's another brand called Cinderella that's been talked about a lot amongst the Bunkie Life community. Not the cheapest toilet out there, but it incinerates your poop. You can actually burn up your poop and you're left with just tiny, sweet-smelling ashes. So that's kind of the idea. So the bathroom bunkie is not included in the price, but that's something that you might want to think about. And then, of course, a lot of people, I'd say the number one question we're getting right now is about can I use my bunkie for Airbnb? So for those of you who don't know, that's how I got my start. Is I had my first 4 or 5 bunkies on Airbnb, and then I started selling them, and it just escalated from there. And now I'm on a live stream. So you can share your bunkie with other people, share the experience. You can earn extra income. And when you buy Bunkie Life Bunkie, you're joining a group of local and also across Canada hosts of bunkies. So I just announced this tonight, so that we're going to do a little kind of live stream. It'll be after the contest, after the sale, but we're going to do a little live stream for anyone who's interested in the income producing side of the bunkie business. Go to bunkielife.com/Airbnb. And on February 15th, the day after Valentine's Day, we'll have a little Zoom call. It's kind of like this live stream, but a little more intimate. It's for 100 people only. It's the max. You can learn from myself. I'm going to try to get some other Airbnb hosts that do the Bunkie Life thing. And you can learn how to do it. And I'll share, candidly what my experience was. I've done it since 2015, very successfully. And everyone who's tried it has crushed it. So not for everybody. I'm charging $5, and that's just because I don't want tire kicking, kind of like not that serious people. So it's $5, which is not that much money. It's going to be worth way more than $5. So if you want to sign up for that, just go to bunkielife.com/Airbnb and click the link. And if you don't have $5, just email me. We'll make it work. But there's also a free presentation on that website as well, where Carrie and I talk about our little bunkie business when we rented them out on Airbnb. And then I think the third use case that a lot of people are considering is a home office. So the bunkies work amazing as a 4-season home office with a little bit of insulation, a little bit of forethought. So it adds a lot of value to your property. And you can have it looking snazzy like this, or maybe more papers and craziness on the desk like reality. And if you're interested in that, you can check out our website. The model that we recommend most is the 2019 no loft. It works great as an office. It's small. You can insulate it easily. And this is a video. If you check this out, there's a video there of us doing it. So yeah, if you have any questions, you can always email me or email any of the companies that we talked about, because we have a really great, I can honestly say every single person that we partner with is fantastic. Canadian, and the emphasis is on quality and customer service. I'm sure there's lots of knockoff beds that come from another country. I'm sure there's lots of, cheap fire pits you can buy. I'm sure there's lots, like everything I've shown you is not going to be the cheapest thing on the market. Like, if you look at the heat pumps, you can always find a cheaper heat pump. You can always find a cheaper version of what Cubic Mini Wood Stoves is doing, but they're doing it for the long term. They're building a business that they can employ Canadians with, that they can help support the economy, that they can raise the quality bar on, and that's hard to do. I can speak from experience. That's not easy to do, and they can't do it without your support. So if it's important to you to have a mattress you can sleep on, and you can be restful, and you can wake up, then consider a Haven as opposed to whatever the cheap guy in the market is. If it's important to you to have a really awesome little wood stove, consider a Cubic Mini Wood Stove, right? And if you're getting a roof on your cottage or whatever, think about Havelock, because they're a good quality Canadian made product. So I won't pitch their products too hard, but that's the idea, and I'm open to questions. So we're gonna do some Q&A. I might be able to answer questions about the other people's products, or I might goof it up. So if there's questions you have about bunkies, I'm happy to get into that. But like I said, you do get what you pay for, and that is so true, Philip. I appreciate that. There's the idea of buying it once and buying it right, or buying it twice because you have to replace the crappy one. So yeah, so check out all the business we talked about. They're generous with their time, they're generous with their knowledge, and they're generous with obviously their products, because they're giving one away. Okay, so Billy asks, if you win, do you deliver it to the winner? So shipping is not included in any of the prizes of the grand prize. Lisa asks, can I install a drywall interior? Yes, you can. That is an option. You would need to have a decent amount of skill in drywall, or hire an actual drywaller, but it is doable. Is there a different steel roof needed when the roof is insulated? No, same steel roof on the top. There's a few techniques, and we have some videos of how to do it. If you want to bring it up fully to code, we're going to have some, stay tuned. I'll say stay tuned for that. Yeah. Is there a way to connect the bunkie in the washroom? Yes, some people have done that. It's a bit of a carpentry job, but it is definitely possible. And as soon as you enlarge the footprint, you've probably strayed into permit required land, at least in Ontario and most places in Canada. So just be aware of that. A lot of people keep them right next to each other, but just slightly separate for that reason. Someone said the only question I had was covered, adding a window. Cool. You said the walls are sturdy. What is the actual weight load of the walls? Would a book of shelves and jars and hold? Yes. I don't know the actual, I could ask the engineers what the weight load is, but that would probably depend on how many boards you're screwing into. So they can definitely take heavy shelves. There's a few things you got to consider. You want to make sure you're only screwing into one horizontal board in a couple of different places, because you want it to be able to swell and shrink, and you don't want to screw it in too many places, or you might be preventing the boards from doing their swelling and shrinking together. So other than that, they absolutely take a really good solid load. What's the goodest one for the home office? I still think the 2019 no loft. So, okay, what do I need to know about your nail polish? Okay, I have a 3-year-old daughter. That's the answer to that question. She's doing a pretty good job. I was at the nail salon yesterday. Daddy's nail salon. Okay, insulating a bunkie floor and roof is great. What temperatures does it need to get to when you recommend insulating the sides? So far, I've recommended to everybody, just do the roof, just do the floor, see how that goes for season 1. And if it's reusable. And every single person, there's some people living in the bunkies full time. I was chatting with a guy today, David. He's north of Kingston, so he's not south. He's not in Windsor. He's not on Vancouver Island where it's very mild. So he didn't even insulate his roof, which surprised me. And he's saying, that's fine. I got a propane heater and it's rocking. So I would highly recommend doing the roof well and the floor well if you're going to live in your bunkie. And it's not for the faint of heart. I don't want to go out there and say that it's going to be just like a house, because it's just not. However, stay tuned. We're working on some of those projects together to kind of houseify a bunkie, or bunkhouse a bunkie. So, that's the direction it seems like the world's going right now. So we're going to, of course, try to lead in that direction as well. So, if you're super, super far north, like we're talking like Winnipeg, like past Thunder Bay, like north of Timmins kind of thing, then you might consider doing the walls. But for most people and their use case, if they're not using it all year round, you're going to find the bunkie as is, or the bunkie with just a little bit of roof and floor insulation. It's probably going to match your use case. So great question. Thank you. Do your kits include instructions? Yes, we have foundation plans, a couple different ways of doing them. We have videos. We have diagrams, like the easy guys diagram, which is just a couple angles. And then the really complicated, like I want to know every detail where every screw goes, series of pages. So every kit has lots of different helpful instructions. And we're just a phone call away, even on Saturday. Melissa, says, I like the products you showed. Great. Melissa says, I love your nails. Can a winner give it away to someone else? Possibly, at our discretion. I want to make sure they're not weird. Can you put a wood stove in them? Courtney, I just talked about the wood stove. What would it cost to get delivered to Saskatoon? I don't know exactly, but if you email David at bunkielife.com, I can get Stacy on it. If you're serious about ordering one. If you're just like, where will you ship my prize when I win? Why don't we cross that bridge when we come to it, Billy? Is it possible to put 2 lofts in a bunkie? It is possible. We don't have a model that does that. However, stay tuned next week. There's going to be something that will blow your mind. How wide is your standard door width on the bunkie? It depends on the bunkie. The summer cabin has a double door. It's quite wide, a wheelchair, no problem. Actually, I think even the Haven and the Chalet have quite wide doors. If you email me, I can, or just look on the website. I think there's the width of each door is on the website. And if it's not, we'll get it on there, because that's a great question. The black bunkie that was shown, is that painted or stained? 99% of the bunkies I'll ever show are stained. Paint is not recommended for wood product. You want to have a good quality wood stain. Oh, the loft floor, does it look like that for all the bunkies? I love how it had a burnt look to it. We actually burnt that floor. So hold on. Let me show you this video. So this is a video of Carrie. Carrie did it. I shouldn't say we, because it wasn't me. It was Carrie. Let me show you this video. I'll show you how to find it at least. Okay, so if you type in Bunkie Life Shugi Ban, I think. Shushugi Ban. Shushugi Ban, this is Carrie burning the floor and showing you how to do that. So that's a pretty solid video. Didn't get as many views as it should have, but it's a great video. Would you say the heat pump would do a sufficient job to heat the bunkie in a northern Ontario climate near Timmins area? I don't know, Amy, but ask Wes from Tradecraft. He'll let you know. And it'd probably be a factor of what kind of insulation. There's probably some other factors at play, but you could ask him. If I purchase a bunkie and have it sent out of province, do you have contacts in other provinces where to get the metal? Yes. Havelock mostly ships within Ontario, but they can ship out of province, but it might be cheaper to find a local supplier, and they can either recommend someone or there's other ways as well. Shipping is not included in the price. Kathy, do you have any examples where someone added a back door and put a bathroom? Not that I can show you, but yes, people have done that. Allison, have you considered a product for a contest for other products you have, like the wood sauna, the wood burning hot tub? I will consider that. I hadn't thought of that. Windows touchscreens, yes, on the new models. Have you considered any options than a ladder? Somebody's Airbnb had stairs. Yes, Isolina's has stairs. She built little stairs. So we haven't built that yet, but you could do that with some skills. How do the bathrooms work? How do you keep them from smelling? The composting toilets that I was talking about are very good at keeping it from smelling. They have their own little internal systems, a little fan. They do a great job. You mentioned about insulating the floor and the roof. Do you have to do the walls? I don't think so. In 99% of the cases, no. If you're up in Timmins and you're trying to live in it full time, maybe. So it depends on your use case, but for most of our clients, they don't end up doing the walls and they're fine. Like Dan, who lives in his bunkie, I visited him on a day that was like frigidly cold and it was piping hot in there with his little grizzly going. The cubic mini wood stove grizzly. Want to build a bunkie on the side of our property. Wonder how close to the neighbors we can be. That is a question for your local mafia. There's setback limits. Usually in most municipalities, just talk to, anonymously call them and ask questions, or just go on their website and make sure your neighbors are on board. If they're on board, you can get away with a lot more. Do many go for a Murphy bed and no loft? Yep. Especially the new models, the Rockwood and the Highway, they lend themselves to a Murphy bed really well. What's the average cost of shipping rate? It depends on where you are. So it ranges from like $400 if you're close to our factory to $1,500 on the high end for most areas. But there's some that are really remote and it's going to be thousands to get there. Like if you're in the Northwest Territories or something, we can do it. Just get ready to write the check. Does anyone put in-floor heating in a bunkie? Not that I know of, but it would work. How much is shipping to New Brunswick? So we can get to Skadoosh, which is outside of Moncton, for I think around $650. And then from there, it depends on how far from there you are. So email us, we can give you an exact quote if you want, Chantel. I was wondering if you could put it in a cellar, like build the bunkie over a cellar. You could definitely do that. That is a bit of a technical challenge. Make sure you're handy enough to pull that off. Bunkies need to come to New Brunswick. They've came to New Brunswick. One of my first clients is from inside of Moncton. They have an Airbnb in Moncton. That's like from 2017 or 18. Can the bunkie itself be easily insured? Yes, in most homeowners policies, you would just insure it like any other accessory building. Do you do financing? So we have a partnership with a couple different financing companies. If you want to break up your payment into 24 payments and then do it that way, we can send you the information on that. If you email Shannon, 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 she can hook you up with that. Are the bunkies delivered wrapped? Yes. You don't have to get them right away, but we do recommend the first 30 days after you get your bunkie you build. That just will make sure it's well. Diane says, they have us well covered with documentation. So Diane has a bunkie. I think she won a bunkie a couple of years ago. Even I understood them well, written and illustrated. Yes, there's lots of pictures, there's videos, because we all learn differently. I knew your daughter painted those. Funny. Is it hard to install all the additions for a DIY guy? I think you meant to say DIY. No, most of the things that I'm talking about, you can do yourself. Like the cubic mini wood stove, lots of people do it themselves. The stain, obviously. The roof, I did all my own roofs and stuff for the most part. So, yeah. We would like to transport a bunkie across water. Any recommendations on how to do that? I hope it's not already built. If you're buying a Bunkie Life kit, it's going to come like a big flat packed, almost like a lift of lumber. And so people love us. They love us for water access only situations because you can take each piece across and you can do like multiple trips on a little fishing boat and get your pieces to your island or your peninsula, and you can build your bunkie right on site. So like a ready-made crane shed type scenario does not work, but a Bunkie Life bunkie works great in that scenario. Do you have all the models available to walk through? Yes, I do, and I should have said that earlier. So go to, sorry, that's not it.
Yeah, come for a tour. So if you go to calendly.com/bunkie-tours, you can book a tour with us. We have them going pretty seriously right now until the end of the sale. So you can book a time that works for you. We do Saturdays as well as weekdays. And if you're too far away, if you're tuning in from Manitoba or something, we also offer Zoom calls with Bryn. He's an excellent guide. And so you can talk to them. So you can book a phone call there, you can book a Zoom tour, or you can book a physical in-person tour at the factory, and we'll even show you how the factory works. So come on by, Lisa. Heather says, David, can you list all the 4 companies you talked about that have offers? So we're going to do probably at the end of the contest, we'll do a big offer, but Haven has an offer for people that are in the contest. I believe Fedis does. And so I'll explain that probably a little bit later, not tonight. I just want to talk about how awesome they are. And then in terms of like what their offer is, if you don't win, we'll talk about that probably on the winter sale page is what we'll do. Do you know if it holds off all year round in Newfoundland? So we don't have a ton of sales yet. That's really the only place we haven't sold a ton of bunkies is Newfoundland because it's so far. But I know they've held up well on BC's coast and Nova Scotia. Even after getting hit with that hurricane, all the bunkies except one are still standing, despite trees falling on them and crazy hurricane winds. So I know they've held up very well. And the one that didn't hold up, it was because I don't think they used the hurricane straps or didn't screw it on the corners. I'm not sure 100%. Can you put enough solar panels for the whole bunkie to be on? So my little solar panel setup, Barbara, is just for like, incidentals, cell phone charging, computer laptops, like lights and stuff. If you want to do like, the full deal, you got to watch the video of Can I Live in My Bunkie with Dan? Watch the summer edition. He's got a full solar array. He runs it 99% off solar. So that's like a sizing issue, and that's a little bit above my pay grade. So if you want some expert opinion, you can email me and I can help you. And find someone who is an expert. How long can the package sit outside? Ideally, less than 30 days, Jennifer. If we can coordinate that with you, it'd be great. We don't have to ship it to you right away. We can hold it until you're ready. But if you can get to it within 30 days, that's highly recommended. Would you recommend burning the outside of the bunkie instead of using stain? Probably not. Unless you're an expert Shushugi bond person, maybe from Japan, I wouldn't recommend it. Do you ship from Moncton? We ship to Moncton, and then we ship out of there. It's actually Skadoosh, but yeah. Skadoosh, am I saying that right? I know it's not Skudok, but is it Skadook? Skadook, I think it's Skadook. Let's get serious. Do you know Wonderwall by Oasis? Let's close this show up with Wonderwall. I'm trying to get all the questions though. The height of the loft was 6 feet. The height of the loft of the Haven is 6'4" roughly in the peak. Almost done. Just reminding him for the word. Okay, the word of the day is enhancement. Word of the day is enhancement. Almost an hour, David. Where's our word? Where's our word, David? Okay, Stephanie has some insight here. I have a heat pump in my house in Northern Ontario. It heats perfectly fine in the winter and cools in the summer. So heating and cooling a bunkie will not be a problem. That is cool. I have heat pumps at my house too, in Erin, and they work really well. Would a 5-foot tub in the bunkie bathroom fit? No. It's only 3 feet by 3 feet. Are the steel roof and grizzly shipped with the kit for the winter? There's not shipping included, Estrost. So they will not be shipped together. Are nails and screws used to lock the timbers together to prevent twisting? So they won't twist because they're interlocked together with tongue and groove, and the corners are locked in. They will not twist if they're put in, right? You can screw the corners. Those are included in the kit, screws, but you don't need to use screws, except for your roof and your floor.
So we only ship from your factory, basically. Just we go to depots in different provinces, and then we have a hub kind of that will go, a central spot that's can get to everyone else's place. Do you know the limit of bunkies per acre? It depends on your local mafia, Michael Chalodny. So in Erin, for example, I'm in Erin Township. It's 25% of your lot can be outbuildings. So that's a lot. If you have an acre or two, that's a lot of bunkies. But some places have a limit of 1 bunkie or 2 bunkies or no bunkies, or I haven't heard a lot of no bunkies, but there's limits. So you have to talk to your local thing, and you can usually get around that if you ask for a variance and go before town council. What about sealing the floor? Yes, we did seal the floor when we burnt it. We burnt it and then we put a little seal. You can also use stain or other wood treatment to seal your floor. It's recommended. Can you build this on an existing wood deck? Yes, but in my experience, your wood deck's never perfectly level because it's like, an old wood deck, and then it's not level and it's kind of a pain in the butt. So if you do that, make sure you shim your existing wood deck to be very, very level. So you're starting from a level base. How much for shipping to Vancouver Island? I think Comox is like $1,200 to get to Comox. Roughly, don't quote me. I'm not the expert. That's Stacy. If you're doing enhancement like insulation, is it better to get assistance? You can totally DIY the insulation on the roof and the floor. It's super simple. Jillian will help you with it. We got videos. It feels intimidating if you've never done it, but it's not that bad. If you want to do the walls, we want to make that easy and make that to the point where someone could DIY it. But right now, I'm going to honestly say it's not there yet. Give us some time, hopefully before the winter. Love your nails. My kids pointed out they're more vibrant than mine. Those are some verbose children. What a vocabulary. Mommy, that man's nails are so vibrant. Are they tightly sealed to keep the critters out? Yes. Aaron Deeks. Have you ever had a bunkie retreat where you performed? I'm thinking about that exact idea, but that got kiboshed by COVID. So the price of wood is sky high, as well as food. LOL. Do you own your own sawmill? Not yet. That's in the 10-year plan, owning our own sawmill. It's on the dream board. It's on the vision board. Bunkie Life Sawmill. If you do a payment plan, do you pay more in the long run? Yes, that's the way interest works. You're going to be paying interest. Unless we do like a 0% interest offer or something like that. But you are paying interest if you just finance your bunkie. Is it easy to take the tin roof off after to insulate? No. Do it before you put the roof on. That word again is enhancement. Okay, for people asking if just the floor is roof, okay, my mom's bunkie isn't insulated and the cold comes mainly from the floor. Carpets are great and help a lot. Yeah, insulate your floor, carpets. You'll notice in the video with Dan, he has like a cool rug and he's got a really well insulated floor. Bum, bum, bum. So are these stick frame? No, you have to check out how to build a bunkie on our website, and it's more like a log cabin interlocking system. If I bought more than one bunkie, would I get a deal on shipping? I'm open to it, Jane. Let's talk. Oh, Matt said, I had a call with Bryn today. Great company. Awesome. Thanks for taking our call, Matt. Or booking a call. So yeah, if you want to book that call, bam, bam, bam. You could also talk with Bryn, who is fantastic and has a British accent. So go to calendly.com/bunkie-tours. We are happy to host you at the factory or on Zoom, or we can call you on the phone, or you can call us. That'd be awesome. Has the contest helped you much over the years? I feel like it's helped us, yeah. This is our 9th time doing it, so we wouldn't do it if it wasn't helpful and a good way to get our name out there. Can you share your experience building the factory? Yes, that's going to be a big part of probably Sunday's live stream. So if you go to on Sunday night, we're going to be talking about the inspiration behind Bunkie Life, which is, you know, a lot of things we talked about tonight, but I'll go into more detail about the factory. So yes, that'll be a big part of Sunday. So tune in then, 7:00. Can I ask a question here? No. Just kidding. Yes, you can. I know everybody's needs for Bunkie are different, but what enhancements would you say bring the most value to personal enjoyment? That is a great question. It's just everyone has their own set of values and their own set of wants and needs, and that changes over time too. So to say any one thing is the best, but everyone really does seem to love the cubic mini wood stove that we got one. It's that homey, cool wood stove feeling. What do I love in my Bunkie's the best? I mean, just a good bed. That'll, like, you know, like they say, you spend a third of your life in bed. So get, you know, maybe consider a Quagga Designs bed frame, and maybe consider a Haven, because, you know, they're good quality. If I needed help with the install in Southwest Ontario, how long would the waitlist be for this service? I would say, if you can, Dawn, try to book your install like at least before March, ideally before Valentine's Day, because if it's anything like last year, and I have no crystal ball, but it was nuts. And the hardest, we had the Bunkies, we had caught up with our orders by about August. So we had a big backlog last year of about 6 to 8 weeks on some of our models. That will hopefully not happen this year. The factory is a lot more efficient, but we don't know. So that was a bit of an issue, but the installers, it was hard to find installers. And we've got some great guys, but there are only so many, only so many of them. So we've got different recommendations across the country now. But the reality is, like, there's the good people get booked up. So if you're serious about getting a Bunkie this spring or this summer, it's probably not something you want to wait around till May, would be my advice. Do you ship to Alberta? Yes, we do. Can you order a Bunkie for later delivery and have it made up prior to delivery? Yes. That's usually what we'll do. Is if you say, hey, I want to order a Bunkie, but I don't want it till July, we'll get the wood now, or at least order the wood, so it's like the price isn't going to change. So we got the wood locked in, and then we'll make it like sometime in June, right? That's usually how we kind of want to roll it through. But if you're like, hey, make it for me, I don't know when I'll be ready, but I want it there, we can just make it and have it there. Do you have any solar panel partners? We do. We have a couple of them, so I didn't talk about any one specific one tonight. So just email if you want some suggestions. So many fabulous features that can be incorporated, and mainly Canadian. I think everybody's Canadian that I talked about tonight. So thank you. I'm glad it was helpful, Vanna. Okay. When is the indoor installation kit available? That's hopefully will be this later in the summer. You won't need it for a while, so we'll make it when you need it. Does the roofing business roof larger houses? Yes, Havelock is awesome. They don't actually roof; they just manufacture a really high quality metal roof, and they can make recommendations for actual roofers if you need them too. Yeah, they do big projects, barns, houses, cottages. They do it all, and they also are efficient enough they can do Bunkies. The word again is enhancement. Oh, so Violet's asking, everyone's talking about a word. Did I miss something? So if you don't have to, if you're just here for the information, that's totally fine. But if you're participating in our Win a Bunkie contest, if you go to the Bunkie Life scoreboard, which I think is this one, bunkielife.com/bunkie-contest-scoreboard. If you're in the contest, you go to that link there, and there'll be a little thing that says, what was tonight's live stream code word? That code word is enhancement. Is there a depot in Nova Scotia? Yes, I think we go to Dartmouth and maybe another spot too. I mean, we can get anywhere in Canada. Are hurricane straps included with each bunkie? No, for shipping reasons, sometimes we don't, but we can show you how to make them. Basically, there's pieces of 2x4. There's nothing complicated about them. Some of the smaller bunkies do include them, but the bigger bunkies, just for shipping reasons, will help you get the hurricanes if you're in a hurricane area. Did anyone ever win a bunkie in Saskatchewan? No, but to be fair, there's not a lot of people in Saskatchewan compared to Ontario and BC. People in BC have won. And previously we had contests, they were just for Ontario. We had one that was just BC. So Saskatchewan's only been in the contest for 2 years now, maybe 2 or 3 years. So there's no winner from Saskatchewan. Maybe you could be that lucky winner, Larry. I'm trying to scroll down to the bottom of these amazing questions. I'm not getting there. So my apologies if your question's getting messed up. I'm doing my best. Where's the hub for Northwestern Ontario? We live close. Would it be Winnipeg? Possibly, Carla. I actually don't know. That's not my area of expertise, but if you email us, we can hook you up. Thanks for the phone call today. I thought I was recording at first. No problem. My pleasure. Nanaimo, BC, how much for delivery? We can get to Comox, like that's a little bit north of you. I think it's like $1,200. But email, yeah. We can usually get most places for a reasonable amount of money. Is my stock answer. How much? A reasonable amount. Do you offer any custom designs or just the standard models? Right now, we're not doing custom work. We got out of that game last year, and it depends on how busy we are. If we get too busy, we have to turn it down. So we're just saying kind of hold off for now. How many bunkies are in Manitoba? Like in their depot, or like how many people have built in Manitoba? I don't know the number to either, but we've got a fair number of Manitoba clients. Can the door be moved to another location? No. Can the wood stove rest close to the floor? Yes. Close out with Wonderwall. Okay, I'll do it. Are you shipping to Newfoundland this spring and summer? Yes, I think we've got enough interest now. I can honestly say we're going to get a shipment out to Newfoundland. But hey, buy one. Be part of that. Be part of that new trend. I love Newfies. Can you plumb any / all bulky models? Yes. As soon as you add plumbing, though, you've definitely strayed into permit required land. I just want to give you that warning. I don't ask, I don't tell. Would it be a good idea to use it? My son uses it as a bedroom. It depends on his age. If he's like 4, no. If he's like 18, sure. If we drive out, we'll come see. Yeah, come by anytime, Terry. Just let us know. Can a bunkie be made without the loft? Yes, we have 3 non-lofted models. No, 2. We have 4 non-lofted models now, Margaret. So check out the Hideaway, the Rockwood, the Summer Cabin, and the 2019 No Loft Bunkie. What is the cost for installation, though, on average? Depends on the model, but like $3,000 to $4,000 for the non-lofted and like $4,000 to $5,000 for the lofted models, and that's usually with a steel roof included and the foundation done for you. So it's like a done for you cost. But your results may vary. The contractors we recommend, like that we'll suggest, are, they're their own business. You're responsible for making sure they're not douchebags, but we'll try not to send douchebags your way. Most people are great guys and girls, so we'll connect good people to good clients, and then the rest is up to you. We don't take any money on that, and they're going to charge what they want to charge. And if they get busy, they might charge more. That's what they did last year. Every summer I go, or every spring I go, hey guys, let's all charge the same amount. Let's just agree on the amount, okay? Yeah, oh, good. We're all agreeing? Yes, awesome. And everyone's so excited. And I give them tons of work, and then by the fall, they're charging way more. Classic contractors.
From day one of starting Bunkie Life today, what were some of the vital lessons you learned from a production perspective that helped you and the Bunkie Life family improve the quality of your bunkies? That is a good question. Leah is like the question queen. I'm going to call you the question queen. I'm curious about the evolution of the product and how it evolved. Yeah, I mean, I love it. That's like a whole live stream in and of itself. So thanks for that amazing question. God bless you as well. But I don't know if I can really answer it because Carrie will need to answer that question. She's the brains. I've got to get Carrie and Justin, the production manager, and maybe even Gerbaz, the engineering supervisor, because those guys and girl know what's actually going on. I'm just like, make it good. And that's what they do. And they make it better. So, all right, I'm scrolling down. I'm trying to get to the bottom. Now, I'm skipping some questions about the contest because we did a whole live stream on the contest and the questions you might have and the problems. So go back and see that. Same thing with like build questions. I'm skipping some of them because we answered a lot of them. All right. Where would pickup be in Saskatchewan? I believe Saskatoon. I'm not the expert. I'm pretty sure it's Saskatoon. All right. So this live stream, if you missed some of it, there'll be a replay. You can go back to bunkielife.tv/TV. I want to reiterate, our Epic Winter Sale is going to be starting as soon as the contest closes. But if you want to get early bird access, what can you do? You can go to Bunkie Life. What do you do? You go to bunkielife.com/presale, and if you're serious about getting a bunkie, there's a little perk. So you get the sale price, obviously, but there's a little perk for getting on there early and making your decision prior to the close of the contest, because everybody waits until the last minute. So Jeff asks, do you sell bunkie plans? I'd be happy to sell the bunkie plans, but the problem is they're not going to be helpful because you don't have the crazy machinery and the life savings we invested to build those machines, to make the tongue in the groove and to make the cool corners, make all those things. You don't have that tool. So you could have the best plans that we have, but you're not going to be able to recreate what we can create just because of the machining issue. What would the approximate fee to have me build for in Nova Scotia? We already got a really great guy named Mike Williamson out there that would probably be willing to build it for you, and I could connect you and he can give you an idea. He might be able to do your delivery too, and you could save some money. Really good guy. Have you ever shipped by rail? Well, we ship our wood to us by rail. So when we buy wood, we buy a lot of BC wood. They seem to have the best for what we need. So we rail car it to our factory a lot. I don't think we've shipped a bunkie to anybody by rail, but I'm open to it if it makes sense. Our goal with shipping is just try to not lose money. So can we get it to you for the least amount of cost so you're happy and we're not losing money? That's our goal. This has been so informative. Thank you. Awesome, Lisa. I'm glad it was helpful. All right. I'm not getting to the bottom, but I'm going to say good evening. Good evening to you. I promise Wonderall, and then we're going to call it a night. It's been a long one, but I hope it's been helpful. Hope you've learned a lot about the companies. Please support them. They're doing great things. They're partnering with great companies with great fingernails. And make sure you tune in on Sunday evening. We're going to talk about the inspiration behind Bunkie Life.
Today is gonna be the day that they're gonna throw me back to you. By now you should somehow realize what you gotta do. I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. Backbeat, the word is on the street that the fire in your heart is out. I'm sure you heard it all before, but you never really had a doubt. And I don't believe that anybody feels the way I do about you now. And all the roads we have to walk are winding, and all the lights that lead us there are blinding. There are many things that I would like to say to you, but I don't know how. a great evening, everyone. Thanks for coming in. Maybe gonna be the one that saves me. And after all, you're my wonder wall.